Hey, I'm Caitlin Bosshart, life coach for multi-passionate creatives. This is the multi-passionate PSA. Today's public service announcement for all my multi-passionate creatives out there is to have both short-term and long-term passion projects. So I know that for a lot of you, you've got long-term projects that you have been working on for quite some time. They might be really involved. And I don't know about you, but I often find that with my longer term projects, I can sometimes get a little bit bored and tired of doing the same thing. And then also there's an element of getting a little discouraged or feeling a little bit frustrated because I'm not necessarily getting to check that project off, especially if it's something that I'm going to be doing on an ongoing basis like running a business. So what I have found to be really helpful, and it always gives me a boost of energy, is to make sure that I'm also making time for short-term projects that maybe aren't quite as involved, maybe not quite as intense, but gives me that satisfaction of being able to complete something, sometimes even in one sitting or in a short period of time. So you might have seen my video from earlier this week of my first attempt at making clay earrings. I've got a pair on right now, and that project was so fun because I sat down, let me back up actually. So I just decided kind of on a whim that I wanted to do a project. I had been seeing these beautiful clay earrings out shopping, and I was like, I think I could make some of those. And so on a whim, I just went to the craft store, got what I needed, sat down for an evening, and just made a bunch of different earrings. And then the next day I just had a couple more things that I needed to do to get them to be wearable. But I always find that when I have these short-term projects, it just feels so good to just check something off because, you know, when you've got some like long-term projects, you're checking off pieces and elements of it, but to be able to kind of be done with the full thing or just have the finished product, at least for me, is super gratifying. And then it gives me a little bit of that boost of energy and creative inspiration to then dive back in to the longer term projects like building out this web page that I've been working on for much longer than I wanted to. So anyway, this is the benefit of having both going on. I find that having those short-term projects that are really satisfying can help energize you and keep you with enough variety in your life so that you're staying interested and staying motivated to then continue on with your long-term projects. So that is this week's PSA. If you are having trouble, if you are having trouble getting going with your passion projects, you're needing some support, some guidance, you need some help trying to understand, you know, what your creative process looks like, reach out. We will figure it out together. I will support you to help you create a life that you want, where you're able to bring your passion projects into the world because you're embracing who you are and your natural tendencies. So if you want to see if working together is a good fit, just hit the link in my bio. Let's set up a free call. I'd love to have a conversation with you. And yeah, let's just connect. So if you have any topics that you want me to cover in future PSAs, I love to hear from you. You can either message me or comment below or send me a direct message. So until next time, I will leave you with this message that I always sign off with is be unwilling to settle for less than the life that you want. The world craves your awesome authenticity. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.